Welcome back everybody, this is DragonInWhite here, back with another episode of Assassin's Creed. You probably can tell from the previous episode that I am actually resuming the recording from where I last ended exactly. However, before I proceed on, I would like to just start off with our usual shameless plugs. Firstly, I have a merch store up, and if you would like to support what I'm doing with my translations as well as the YouTube videos, do consider looking through some of the things and buying them. Also, I translate, as I just mentioned, I translate the Chinese novel Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation. That is a free-to-read novel available on on Gravity Tales, and all the links to the merch store as well as the novel are down in the description below. Finally, there is also the Patreon. If you'd like to support me through Patreon, my Patreon is also up. It is more for gaining early access chapters for my novel. However, if you wish to support me financially and help me with what I do here, that is also a viable option. Alright, so without further ado, let us continue on. The plan here for today is to continue unlocking all the viewpoints before going to assassinate Tamir, because it feels like I need to try to get as much as I can. Okay. Just 2 more viewpoints to go and possibly a few small side missions. Yeah, actually I'm very curious. Memory logs. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, firstly, I can't access this. These are the memory set. Wait. So I'll probably get to them later, okay? Yeah, I need to clear all this. Get the memories done. Now where is my jump point there? Wait, seriously. Oh, there's the hay bale, okay. So I was thinking for this episode, perhaps maybe I can discuss a bit of my novel and what is it about. So as I mentioned in my shameless plug earlier, I translate the Chinese novel Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation. So in Chinese, the title of the novel is 仙武同修. It is written in Chinese, of course, in China, and is published by a site in China called zongheng.com. That's HONGHENG.com. Oh, I'm climbing the wrong building. Okay, yes. So it is one of those Chinese cultivation novels. So what is cultivation? Essentially, it is the practice of kind of like training yourself, training your body, and letting certain like energies like magic or something accumulate. And once this energy is reaches a certain threshold, you are able to advance to the next level. So it kind of feels like it's an MMORPG kind of game where your ultimate goal is to become the strongest by continuously leveling up. So Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation starts off with the main character, whose name is Xiao Chen, or Xiaocheng. No G, Chen. This is the main character. So he starts off in the modern world, where the world we lived on, and pretty much he is someone who has read about cultivation in stories and novels, kind of like how many of us have as well. And so basically he one day he found this book on Taobao, which is something like Chinese Amazon, and he purchased it and had it delivered to him. So from there, what happened was that he tried cultivating, he studied the book, but unfortunately he could not. It just didn't work. Now interestingly, this book also came with this pill, and the book claims that to cultivate he needs to eat the pill, but of course anyone smart will tell you that not to eat suspicious pills like that came from the internet. Okay, let me just get this fight out first. In case, yeah, this suspicious pill pretty much was left untouched for a few years, as far as what I recall. It was left untouched due to its very suspicious nature. However, it eventually comes to a point of time where the main character feels that it's worth taking the risk because he wasn't making any headway in his cultivation.
Thank you.
So after a few years, he got desperate enough. I think, if I'm not wrong, something happened for him to be that desperate, and he decided to just take the pill. So on taking the pill, what happened was that he ended up being transported to another world, or to be more precise, his soul came out of his body and traveled to another world. So on reaching this new world, he was thrust inside the body of another person who happened to be called Xiao Chen as well, and if I'm not wrong, that person had just died. Can't recall why. Story suggests that it's actually an assassination that resulted in that. Okay, let's see if I can continue this. So basically, he just resumes the life of this fella he just entered the body of, basically essentially becoming his. Okay. Dang it, okay. Getting really distracted. Okay, so ooh, that's good. So when he finally gets to explore his surroundings, he found out that he was indeed in a world where there was cultivation. But there was one problem. The person whose body he entered couldn't really cultivate. He reached a certain point and was stuck there for like a really long time. So he was seen as a crippled person. So in this world, this is a world where cultivation is very common and everyone cultivated. So if one was not able to cultivate, one would be seen as a useless person. And it's pretty much seen as trash. So this was probably why the original possessor of this body probably felt very depressed, and there were some secrets with his body too actually. So over time, somehow the Xiao Chen that we know from the modern world, due to his memory and his intense study of the book. The book, by the way, is called the Compendium of Cultivation. So due to his study of it, he actually memorized most of the contents of it, and he realized that the style of cultivation in this world was somewhat different. So the current style in this world is actually known as martial cultivation, whereas what he was trying to cultivate is actually immortal cultivation. Now there is more to the story of this in the future, but essentially he was thrust into a world where he could not cultivate the normal system, and also he couldn't cultivate the normal system there, and also what he had the cultivation method for was for the wrong style of cultivation.
I beg of you. Sir, have any money? My family is sick and dying. Could you spare a few points?
I would spare her money, but I don't really know how.
Dirty thief! I'll have your hand for that!
Please, help me!
Okay. That should be all of the side quests done. Dang, the camera angle from earlier was really bad. I had to rely on the sounds to actually fight and make my combo.
It's good you came along when you did. Another minute.
Okay,
and they
yeah.
would have made
So
off.
he had the wrong style of cultivation and the energy that's present in the air is wrong. So he was still very disappointed. Eventually he came to the point of just trying it out and found that he was actually able to cultivate with that method as well. Okay, so I think as everyone's been waiting for, finally move on with the story. So and there begins his story of cultivation to rise to be the strongest. So now this novel is not very strong on the romance. It has a lot of hit and misses moments with the romance, but I think it was very well done. Unlike many Chinese cultivation novels where there's a harem setting, where you know one man with multiple women. This one is actually more moderate, whereby he's rather loyal to his spouse, which happens quite late in the chapter in fact. Okay, I'm approaching.
All I ask is for a few coins. Please, can't you spare something? No, you don't understand. I have nothing. No, please don't leave.
You're calculating. Think. Your men have failed to fill the order, which means I have
Okay,
failed
there's
my
the meal.
client.
We need more time!
This is the excuse of a lazy or incompetent man. Which are you?
Neither.
What I see says otherwise. Now, tell me, what do you intend to do to solve this problem of ours? These weapons are needed now.
I see no solution. The men work day and night, but your client requires so much, and the destination. It is a difficult route.
Were it that you could produce weapons with the same skill as you produce excuses.
I have done all I can.
It is not enough.
Then perhaps you ask too much.
Too much? I gave you everything. Without me, you would still be charming serpents for coin. All I ask in return was you fill the orders I bring you, and you say I ask too much? You dare disrespect me?
Peace, Tamir. I meant no insult.
Then you should have kept your mouth shut.
No, stop!
Okay, killing him. What's the point? He's your producer.
Just getting started.
Oh, stop!
I can't go near the assassinate.
You came into my souk, stood before my men, and dared to insult me? You must learn your place!
That felt rather pointless to me.
Leave the body. Let this be a lesson to the rest of you. Think twice before you tell me something cannot be done. Now get back to work.
He's their producer and he killed them. Doesn't make sense.
One of them dares challenge me?
Death to the infidel! You will not get away from me! How can one?
Okay, that wasn't the way I was intending to assassinate him. Okay, this is bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to focus on this. Okay, one down.
How can one expect to defeat me?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Be at peace. You'll pay for this. You and all your kind.
It seems you're the one pays now, my friend. You'll not profit from suffering any longer.
You think me some petty death dealer, suckling at the breast of war? A strange target, don't you think? Why me, when so many others do the same?
You believe yourself different then?
Oh, but I am. For I serve a far nobler cause than mere profit. Just like my brothers.
Brothers?
Ah, but he thinks I act alone. I am but a piece. A man with a part to play. You'll come to know the others soon enough. They won't take kindly to what you've done.
Good. I look forward to ending their lives as well.
Such pride. It will destroy you, child.
The viewpoint shift is kind of strange. Wait, that was a knife? Very strange. Okay, I got to deal with this fellas. I will admit to being a murderous person. Rather than escape, I'd rather kill. I mean, it makes sense. The more I live alive, the more there are alive that can cause problems for me. Why don't I just deal with all of them? You know, of course, this being a game, they kind of come back to life and respawn. I do not want that.
Family sick and dying. Could you spare a few coins, food? Beg of you. I beg of you. I beg of you, just a... Please.
Where is a good hiding spot? Huh, it's kind of interesting that I just need to keep my head down and everything is resolved.
If there's anything I can help you with, anything at all. Something caught your eye? Over here! How could I have lost him?
Okay, it looks like maybe I have to run further.
Like what you see?
Okay. Maybe I should just run until I have reached a part where can't really be seen. Maybe I'll go this way. Alright, fight you. One more. Does this work?
See someone do that before? I
There we go. So am I considered as hidden? Oh, there we
Word
go.
has reached me of your victory, Altair. You have my gratitude and my respect.
Thank you.
It is a shame that the other assassins continue to hold you in such poor regard.
Rafik, I do not care what the others think of me.
As you wish, Altair. You should bring news of your victory to Al-Mualim. I'm certain he has more work for you to do.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
So what about those bits in the middle?
Out of the machine, Mr. Miles?
What's the matter, Doc?
Miss Stillman is once again insisting I let you rest.
Isn't rest a good thing? Personally, this doctor to me seems very short-sighted. He's willing to push a person so far that they collapse. I mean, that in itself doesn't really make sense, because if you want results, make sure your subjects are, you know, well rested so that they didn't collapse and you have to restart.
So, feel like telling me who put the stick up his ass?
We have a deadline. 1 week. Well, 6 days now.
Deadline?
I can't talk about it.
Man, put yourself in my shoes. I'm being held hostage by a group of scientists, at least I think you're scientists, and forced to spend all day in some crazy-ass machine. You won't tell me what you're looking for or why you want it, but I'm supposed to be thanking you for keeping me alive. This is so fucked. Sorry, but it is.
What do you want me to do?
Let's see, I don't know. Maybe give me some answers?
I can't. And it's better this way. Safer.
Safer for who?
Both of us.
Hey, you know what? I've got a question I think you can actually answer.
What's up?
Why is it that sometimes the guys in there talk like they're from the future?
The future?
I mean the present. Now, today, whatever.
You've probably noticed that English has become the official language of the Holy Land.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The Animus is translating speech it deems vital into more modern English, so expect a few anachronisms. I could probably make it more authentic, but... You ever read Chaucer?
Who?
Yeah, definitely not for you.
Okay, well, that explains one plot hole. He understands Hebrew.
Can you tell me more about Abstergo? What goes on here? Beyond the whole keeping me prisoner thing.
Abstergo is one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. Their primary focus is antidepressants. There's some information on the computer over there.
But you already said this isn't about testing a drug. So what's the deal?
I don't like where this is going.
So it's safe to assume the Animus is not a part of their public face.
What, you haven't seen the commercials?
Oh my god. She has a sense of humor.
I'm sorry, Desmond. I've got a lot of work to do. Like I said, if you want to know more about the company, take a look at the computer. The telecommunication stuff is particularly interesting.
Ooh, she's pointing me towards something.
Aren't you tired?
Okay. I assume this is a computer. Ooh, I get access to her email. Let's see. From Warwick Vidic. Response, your pen. Word. Found your access key pen again today out by the parking lot. You really need to start keeping it in your pocket instead of letting it hang off your coat. Try and take better care of your things, Warren. Imagine if security had found it. They have shut us down for at least a day to reprogram all the computer access codes. I think this might be a hint for the future, where this Warren, we might need his access key in the past. No, not in the past, in the future. And this Warren replies, great, leave it at my desk. Worry less about my things and more about making the Animus work. Thanks. Okay, classified information. Ooh, interesting. As a gentle reminder, all employees of Abstergo Industries are prohibited from discussing corporate policies, proceedings, and projects. In light of your pending litigation, you are all reminded of sections 2.15 in your employment contracts. You acknowledge and agree that Abstergo has developed such confidential information by the investment of significant time, effort, and expense, and that such confidential information provides Abstergo with a significant competitive advantage in its business. You acknowledge and agree that a breach of this agreement by you will therefore result in irreparable harm to Abstergo, the extent of which would be difficult to ascertain, and in any event, monetary damage will be inadequate as a remedy in the event of such a breach. Accordingly, you agree that in the event of a breach of this agreement by you, Abstergo shall be entitled to injunctive or other equitable relief as the court deems appropriate, in addition to any remedies it may have available. Should you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact your human resource manager. We thank you in advance for your compliance. I don't know, sounds fishy. You said wind up like Layla earlier. What do you mean? Nothing. Get back to work, please. We have the deadline. Yes, why do you sign your emails? It says right on top who is coming from. So I think Warren is a cranky old man. It's probably him. Nope, that's not the computer I was looking at, apparently. Looking for, I mean.
Can't talk. Gotta work.
Okay. Try this computer, perhaps? It's kind of interesting that I, a prisoner, have access to all their systems. Nope. Not right. This is interesting. Do I have access to this? Nope. Oh wait, maybe that is the computer that she was talking about. Wait, I'm blocking. Oh, bastards.
Man, I can't even change my clothes.
Nope, no more peeping at last time. Oh wait, the peeping was from here last time. Anything I could do here? So I suppose my only solution now is to go to sleep. Okay, cameras. Alright, rest it is.
Let's go, Mr. Miles. Time's wasting.
Yeah, he kind of seems a bit friendlier by previous comparisons.
Where's Lucy?
Oh, don't worry. She'll be with us soon enough.
So why are you doing all this, Doc? What are you hoping to accomplish?
You turned the television on lately? Read the newspaper?
Never cared much for that stuff.
Captured.
Then let me sum it up for you. The world's a mess. It's pathetic, really. You've seen it firsthand yourself. 1,000 years between you and your ancestors, and society remains just as barbaric, just as stupid.
And your point is?
Order, Mr. Miles. The world needs order. That is what we're working towards, and that is what you're helping us to achieve.
You expect me to believe you're building a better tomorrow?
That's exactly what we're doing. The human race calls out for direction. They want to know why they're here, what they're meant to do. Well, we're going to tell them. And once they understand how to live their lives, everything will be better.
Better how?
An end to all conflicts, large and small. Isn't that what you assassins strive for? Peace in all things?
I told you, I'm not an assassin.
Right.
I still don't see where I fit into things.
In time, Mr. Miles. In time, you'll understand. Or you won't. I don't care either way, as long as you show us where it is.
Where what is?
Sorry I'm late. Ready to go?
Yes, we are.
Interesting how this thing that controls the animals is also her email access. Okay, I suppose it's time to begin.
Stop playing games, Mr. Miles.
Although we have pretty much reached the mark, so this is pretty much where we'll be ending off. So once we get in, and that will be it for this episode. So we'll see you guys next time. Ciao guys.